Hi guys, it's Saturday afternoon. Um, we've been working on, Roy's got school stuff. I've been helping him with some of that. Gonna take Toby out to look at some cars because he wants to buy a new car eventually. A used car, but it'll be new for him. Exciting, getting his license renewed. Um, Other than that, just taking care of things. Okay, working in our offices, handling things that him and I both have, passions about. Okay. Um, I want to review the five cornerstones of healing. I had two people question me about it, okay? And I know it, I've mentioned it a couple of videos, but I'm going to quickly do them. So don't run away. There's going to be other topics if you remember them. Okay. Physical, intellectual, social, spiritual, and emotional. Okay. Now, one, two, three, four, five. Okay. I am a huge believer. Little steps. Little steps. The whole goal is to get ourselves in balance and harmony, okay? Nothing, new wave about it. If you are actually doing those little things, you're going to be healthier mentally and physically. You're going to be stronger, okay? Regardless of what your situation is, okay? Um, you're going to see how freeing it is, okay? Um, Little tiny, consistency is what it is all about. And you hear this about people when they're losing weight, consistency. Just my take on things, okay? I don't believe in focusing a lot of energy on one area of growth, you know. Um, that doesn't work for me. You have to do what works for you. But I'm saying if you do those, pretty happy soul, you're going to feel a lot better about yourself and the environment. We especially need something like going, positive like this for us going on with this pandemic. I was trying to think today. Okay, so it is September. Now, I don't recall hearing about the pandemic until early March. We probably had the pandemic raging as early as January, but don't remember it, going on till early March. Okay, so this is going to lead into not only that, you getting your life in balance so you're better able to deal with whatever's going on around you, but also, specifically with this pandemic, we could have a possibility of what's called catastrophizing. Okay. Now, there's realities and there's catastrophizing. The reality is that CDC and scientists are telling us, health experts are saying, and I always try to listen to the experts in other fields. So like when we're just, I defer to you. We went to vet, we defer to you. I don't have a degree in veterinary medicine. You know, I'll ask questions, I'll be prepared. So I'm satisfied with answers. I always go for second opinion, stuff like that. But, then I form it my, an educated decision. Okay, getting back to what I was saying, they are predicting possibly up to 400,000 deaths by January. All right. Okay. That could be the worst case scenario. If that is the worst case scenario, how much better off that you're healthy, your immune system is stronger. Okay? All right. Um when we catastrophize, we're already thinking about the worst case scenario in every given situation. Everything's a catastrophe. That's what that means. Okay? You're thinking about the worst possible scenario. I just gave you the worst possible scenario that I heard, from what I've been hearing and reading. Okay? And you might read a little differently. These things change daily. Now, that's how science is. You just got to understand that. But having said that, say you know that, okay? Let's just say you know that. Don't you want to have a rich, full life in case you're ready, in case a loved one does go in crisis or you go in crisis? Okay? What about that young man? That young man that died from colon cancer, that actor. His name eludes me. Oh my God. I just like, such a beautiful soul, and not so much. Yes, it was very, that was something that he didn't share it with, he must have shared it with people close to them and they were like tight-lipped about it. Bless their hearts, you know. But what a beautiful soul. What a legacy. We want to leave a beautiful legacy. We want to leave a beautiful impact on this planet. We're stewards of this planet. We're stewards of the animals. They're lesser than us. They don't have the ability to, when they need help necessarily to take care of themselves. We are stewards, okay? We're stewards of our children. We're stewards over each other. We're our brother's keeper. Remember? Okay. Um, so if you know someone that's always thinking, oh, the worst thing is going to happen. Oh, this is never going to work out. People with depression tend to, think of the worst case scenario. Depression is very real. I will not discount that. Okay. But there are techniques, that will help people not just, psychotropic drugs that can help them, with their, serotonin uptake, stuff like that. But also there are terms like there's therapies approaches like a CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. Okay. And that teaches you different behavioral skills so that when you're going through these crises, you're like in a real low, you know, you can return to what worked before. So that's why we try to facilitate with clients to think of things that have worked in the past and brainstorm about what strategies might work in the future, no matter what the situation is, whether it's depression or anything, um, you know, family therapy, individual therapy, anxiety, um, okay. I don't know why I keep grabbing my phone. Anyways, I'm talking about the worst case scenario, versus what you can do today about the situation that you're in. Okay. So, as I told you before, I have complex PTSD. So, I do not allow myself to watch, hear, or talk about distressing events before I go to sleep because, I'm prone to nightmares anyways because of it. So I'm not going to exasperate. See, that's the whole goal. No matter what you're dealing with, you don't want to, if you got a situation, you got a challenge, you don't want to make it worse, right? You want to diminish its effect on the quality of your life. Okay. Another thing that I do that, is taught in counseling as well, is methods to help you sleep better. And I've talked about, that I do have really restless sleep, um, you know, because of my age, running to the bathroom a lot. I've had overactive bladder for 22 years. As soon as I went in menopause, it started. I've been that way ever since. So no matter what I've done, hasn't worked. I mean, here I'm trying to tell you things that work. I went to PT for it, physical therapy for it. I took medications, I took patches, I Kegel, you name it. Oh well, it hasn't worked. So you know what? I don't fight it anymore. I just get up, go pee. I'm like, I'm not gonna get. I used to get stressed about it. Oh my gosh, now I got to get back to sleep. I'm like, get back to bed. Whatever happens, happens. You know. I guess there's one advantage of growing old. I survived that. See, that's powerful though. I got through this. I can get through that. I've had 20 surgeries. Every time I go through one surgery, Mary, you got through that one. Look at it's over. You're healed. Okay. Not 100%. You still got some, residual effects from surgeries. You always do. No matter what kind of surgery, I think you have a little residual effect, you know. But catastrophic thinking, like my depression is never going to get better. I'm never going to be happy, I'm never going to find somebody to love me, you know. Not good enough. I'm never going to be good enough. I'm never going to be thin enough. I'm never going to, never, 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 never. What's the use of trying? I know it's not going to work out. Okay. So say you get those thoughts immediately. Okay. We're going to challenge it. It's called challenging negative thinking. Cognitive distortions. Oh, I can go more into that. I'll go back more into that next time. Ah, remember this. Okay. Feelings, feelings are just feelings. Thoughts can challenge them. Okay. Say you're feeling really like, then the thoughts process starts. Okay. You want to feel better. Most of us want to feel better. As soon as that negative value construct goes in your head, you're not good enough, it'll never get better, I'm never going to get over this, I'm never going to get through this. Immediately, the first one that comes in, you tell yourself, wait a minute, oh, you know what? I remember when da 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 da. That's pretty cool how I handled that. You know what? That's called self-efficacy. That's what we want our clients to have. And you're like, Mary, you're not practicing now or anything. I got gold. That's just from not just from coursework and you know experience. You all got gold. Get up there and give it to me. I can't even draw a stick figure. How come my kids are so talented? What are you gonna say? Anyways, what are we talking about now? I wanted to tell you something. This has nothing to do with, we're talking about talents real quick. My ex, Roy Johnson, he had a really nice voice. I don't know if he's done or what he's done. Oh, one time he did a tape for me when we were separated because of the military, waiting on housing. Oh my God, he got lost. It was like a Valentine tape. He sang on, he talked. It was very sweet. See, that's what I'm saying. He's not a sociopath. Just didn't work out because of traumas on both sides. Okay. Hi, honey, Roy. Oh my God, I love his voice. Everybody has certain types of music they can sing. He's better with ballads. He tries to sing fast, happy songs that just don't come out. I mean, he's a happy guy, but he just doesn't have the range or pitch for it. Oh my God, he was Mary. But anyways, he was up with people, and those of us that are younger might not know about it. Oh my God, he remembers all those songs. It's a performing group, and you get selected through your high school, and you travel around and you perform. And oh my God, some of the songs are so inclusive. I mean, and this was like back because he graduated high school in 71 because and I graduated 73. So the songs are beautiful. You probably have heard What Color's God's Skin. He sings that every Christmas. Like people were onto something. Hmm. Hmm. Let's get on to something. Okay. Did I talk about being stewards yet? Let me get back to okay, so you've challenged that. I'm getting back to challenging negative thinking, and I'm going to cognitive distortions. I'm going to talk about in the next video. Are you auditing this class? Because you can't get a credit from me. You could read this too, but who wants to? I always tell Roy, he tries to read something to me. I go, just give me the summary. I don't want to go there anymore. I just want to read for fun mostly now. You know. Okay, so you challenge that thought. Okay, like you remember a pleasant experience, you consider a pleasant experience, or you have visual image that makes you happy. Think about how when you were loved. Think of the moment you were loved when you think, I'm never going to be loved again, and then bring back that feeling. Okay, oh, that's another thing. Mindfulness. Okay, I got a whole book on mindfulness, Jill. Okay, mindful journaling. Okay, I've got everything. Let me show you. Hold on, real quick. PTS breakthroughs. Oh my God, PTSD, PTS. Who's PTS? Sounds like PTA. I've got it. Breath, eyes, memory. Some of them I've stored away, but uh, have you ever read a book and I can't go there again? It was very moving. It was the best book, but it's just like I can't watch like Roots ever again. I just can't watch stuff like that. 12 Years as a Slave. I can't watch that again. So, anyways, getting back, Mary, reel back, and we're talking about pleasant, okay? Everybody has them. Think about how the people survived in Auschwitz, guys. Remember that guy? I'm terrible at names. You know who I'm talking about. Silent Night or something. I can't remember the name. But anyways, wonderful man. And they're warning us a bit what we're dealing with right now in our country. You know, we don't want to be hating any particular group. This is how it begins. Okay, so I talked about challenging negative thinking, um, especially when you're in bed. Did you hear me talk about like you want pleasant stuff before you go to sleep, so that if you wake up and you can't sleep, those images are still in your preconscious, and then you can tap back into them. Okay, get up and read a little bit. I don't recommend getting on the phone. That's just me. I don't recommend. They say those lights aren't good for you. Um, read a little bit, pray a little bit if you pray, meditate, hum, get up and do something, whatever it takes. But try not to stress over it. It's just one more night. It's one more day. See, that's how mindfulness is. Be there in that. Maybe there's something you need to know and stop and listen. Feel your breath. Learn proper breathing. Study proper breathing. A lot of us are breathing wrong because we were told how to breathe when we go to the doctors. That's not how you're supposed to be breathing. Okay? Not supposed to be breathing that way. We're supposed to breathe another way. Watch how an animal breathes and watch their inhale and exhale. And your cells need that oxygen, that deep oxygen. Okay? I'm trying to think, is there anything more I want to say about that? I think that's it. Um, Trying not to, imagine the worst case scenario. And when I tied it into the pandemic, let's just say I'm going to give you let's just say definitively you had a crystal ball. And you're going to be one of those people that get it. I know a lot of people say, should I wear a mask? Why should I stop smoking? I could walk out and get hit by a truck. You know, Mindfulness. Okay. We want the best quality of life this moment. We're stewards of this planet. We want to be able to take better care of our children, ourselves. We can take better care of our children, our grandchildren, our nieces, our siblings, our pets, the environment at large, right? We want to make a positive impact, a positive legacy. Like the gentleman that just died of colon cancer. What legacies left? Have you seen on TikTok? Wow, impressive. He's touched so many souls. Grace. Talk about grace under fire, right? When you speak to a young person and they're complaining about going to work, they got a little headache or they got that, please, okay, that's not going to be fruitful. You're going to have to buck up, okay? We're tougher than this. America, we can do better. We're tougher than we come off. I want the rest of the world to think of us as a beacon of hope and light and love and truth. All good things seek after these. That's what Christ says. Christ followers know this. All good things seek after these. You will know them by the fruits of their labors. I have wonderful atheist and agnostic friends. Okay. This is, they're like, what this shit's going on? It's, Christians, get your act together. I can't look up to you anymore. I definitely don't want to go there. Okay. All right, we can do better. Okay. This is going to be a little hodgepodge of stuff because I'm going to do the miracle question, which is going to tie into this. It's going to be cognitive distortions. I'm going to end up doing. Okay, the thing about feelings? Think about it. And people always say tomorrow's going to be better. Guess what? It usually is. I look back and I think I've had 20 operations. When I go into an operation now, I don't want another one. No, believe me, I'm not a hypochondriac in any way. Oh God! Which reminds me, I got to tell you something. This lady said to Roy that she was in the film group, and I had one of my surgeries I was recovering from. Reminded me of what the stepmom said about me. She seems to have some issues with this. What's up with this? Is this emotional? Roy told me about that. He stood up for me, of course. Oh God, no. Last thing I want to do is be in pain or have a surgery. Every time I've had a surgery, it's either been an emergency, somebody's injured me, you know, or it's just a condition I have, like severe osteoarthritis and things like that. Oh God, no, I don't want, no way. None of them are psychosomatic. Okay, what I'm trying to say is self-efficacy is a thing that we work clients so that they can return back to those those times when they overcame something. Okay, and the more they put themselves out there to overcome something, the more self-efficacy they have. For instance, now if I have to have my 21st surgery, I know I'm going to be fine. Okay, even if I'm in horrible pain I'm not trying to project that on me or anyone, but let's just say I'm in horrible pain for like 2 to 3 months. I know it's going to improve. I know it's going to get better one way or another. You see how that works? I'm just giving you one silly, example about my surgeries, but it could be anything. Okay. Say in a marriage, remember what you did before that worked and how you connected. Maybe return to that a little bit. That's what we did yesterday. We just reconnected beautifully. It's so easy to get caught into what has to get done, you know, and providing, care and attention to others. Turn into yourself first and then, your immediate circle, which if you have a spouse or a partner, children, okay? Adult children, you kind of got to set boundaries. We talked about boundaries, right? Love them to death. But sometimes, I think what happens is, and I'm not saying this specifically about any of my children or your children, in general, they still see you as that young mom or dad running around doing this, taking care of this, and they don't realize, you have to make adjustments for your loved ones as they get older, or things happen, and they can't have the demand on them that they had before. You know, like somebody calls me, I'm like, oh God, I gotta go to sleep, that type of thing. Just teach them what you need, tell them what you need in a very loving way, and if they forget, remind them here and there, just do your thing. They're gonna do their thing. Oh yeah, they're gonna do their thing. Watch them. You say, don't worry about making them happy all the time. Believe me, they're doing their thing. They are. Oh God. And I meander. Okay. One thing that I wanted to say, and I'd forgotten to bring up. Remember a video where I said, all my children call me differently? I forgot. Miranda, when she was really little, called me Nani. She was trying to say mommy, probably. She called me Nani till she was about 2.5, 3. Nani. When I'd walk around with her 4 or 5 on my hip, people like make comments. I don't give a shit. She's my baby girl. What are you gonna say? Honestly, I didn't think I was gonna ever have any more kids. Blessed I have, for sure. No doubt. Okay, then moving on to Tyson. Okay. Mama, like M-A-M-A. Most of the time now he just calls me Mom. And every now and then he'll go back to M-A-M-A. Olivia has always called me Mama. M-O-M-M-A. Always. Even from when she first started to talk. It's never called me anything else. Isn't that sweet? I love it, Okay, so we called, I told you before, we called Miranda Randa Panda. That's what we called her, Panda. I can hear her dad going, Panda! Let me see. When he would come through the door, I'm trying to think. Of course, he called Tyson Eb. He called him Eb. Okay. Wooda! That was Livy. He called her Livy Wooda. Wooda! Wooda. Wooda. Okay. He had another name for Miranda besides Panda. Tink! That's what it was. Stink! Like stink, but it was Tink! You see? This is for me too. Why not? Worth it, y'all. I love, that these little things flashes are coming back to me. Oh God. The other two, as young children, had very little happen to them. Poor Miranda. It's like you say the oldest is the guinea pig. Oh my God. I already told you in another video how she got that infection from that, in her tooth that went up through her, eye socket and everything from that accident on the water slide. She broke her ankle when she was, she broke her ankle another time. But then when she was really little, I had her on the back of the bike. We had just got the bike seat. All right. I didn't realize that her feet were coming down below where you sit the feet in. She was like 3. Yeah, she was 3. She got her feet caught in the bike stoves. Okay, so all of a sudden I'm trying to move the bike. She didn't make a peep. So I'm thinking something's wrong with the bike. Okay, I try to go forward again. Then she screams. Oh my God, Joe. Both of her feet were caught in the bike stoves. I'm holding on to the bike trying to figure out how can I get her off. And Dad was way up on his bike way too fast. He couldn't even know what was going on. And my friend Barbara Kinghorn, one of my besties, her husband came by. This is in Cuba. Came by and he rescued us. He held her where we got. I rushed her. Trying to think how it happened. Yeah, he rushed us to the house. Woke up Roy because he was already home trying to go to bed because he had to go to bed that night. Told him what happened. We rushed to the hospital. They wouldn't let us in with her. They called in a social worker. They thought we had done something to her feet. Oh my God. The trauma. Oh my God. And I wasn't allowed to be with her when she had that, infection. And I was like, "Are you kidding me?" So she had broken one of her ankles and had a deep cut, like had to be stitched up in the other one. You can imagine how careful I was after that. It's just such a bizarre thing. Can you imagine? I guess her feet were long, and when I look back, they were sitting nice and firm, and I look back, sitting nice and firm where they should be. Somehow she caught the tip of her shoe, and next thing you know, the other. Can you imagine? It's just crazy. So that happened to her. Okay, I'm trying to think. We had that happen, and she broke her ankle. She ran into a curb. She broke her ankle. I think that's it. Dad might remember something else that happened. I think that's it for my memory. Um, Knock on wood. Livy hates when I say stuff like nothing's happened to her. I'm so sorry, y'all. It isn't like we love Jenny less. I can't think of one accident she's ever had. Never had surgery. Nothing. I can't think of nothing. I think she's had a tooth pulled. Okay, Tyson, of course, he was in prison. He had a lot of stuff happen to him there. And of course, he was shot. He was shot in the back, by the cop, running away. Yes, I don't know. He had a weapon in his pocket. I was told he was trying to, she said put the weapon down. He was trying to put it down on the ground, and she shot him in the back. He survived, but went on to prison for 10 years, 17. Oh my God, I worked so hard to put a case together for him. Lawyer never presented anything. I spent months and months gathering materials, flying back, meeting with a lawyer in Georgia. Like I said, stuck by him the whole time. You know, he's still wounded. From his birth mom. So I wish we were even in a better place together. I hope that um, I hope he gets healing because I certainly know what it's like to be on a fast train and not be healed. I love him so much, so I do. It's my baby boy. Gosh, what we in this world does to our children. Mm-mm. Okay, so I'm trying to think though when he was, as a child, um, when he came to us at age 4.5, he couldn't hear well, and I took him to ENT, and they found a huge pebble that he'd put in his ear. The ENT goes, "How long has this been here? It looks like I've been here a while." I go, "We just got him." Don't blame us. No. And let me see what else. Okay, so his face was always wet, like his tear flow. Okay, so they had to go in and do something to his tear ducts so that his the tears weren't running down his face all the time. Oh my God. The third thing, I guess I'm taking it back about him. This is the third thing that happened to him. I noticed that he was having a hard time urinating. Took him to the bladder specialist, urologist. We had to have another surgery where they opened up his ureter. Oh my God, 5 years old. I had to carry him to the bathroom. He was screaming as he peed. Oh, my poor baby boy. I think that's it. I really took good care of my kids' teeth. I was at the dentist. I made sure things got done. That's why Libby's had hardly anything. Now, Miranda, the situation that happened with her, we were found out later there was no fluoride in the water in Italy when we were there during those years. So she started getting cavities really young. I'm like, what? I mean, 'cause she had a healthy diet, very holistic food. I mean, brushed her teeth, took care of it. That's what it was, they said. So she unfortunately had to start getting cavities filled pretty young. Um, and I haven't had a lot of impact on her. I took her, of course, throughout her childhood. Yeah, I took her all the time to the dentist. As a young adult, when she was 18, I remember going with her when he was David then, getting his eye surgery. Stepdad and dad were with him there, stepdad. That's a whole nother story. But anyways, they were both there during his surgery. So I felt free to take Miranda and be with her because we wanted to get her teeth checked. She had been out of the house and stuff. So we wanted to see, what kind of dental care she might need and stuff like that. And I don't really know where she's at with her health at all. It's on my mind a lot, y'all. I'm sure she doesn't have health insurance. Is she getting mammograms? Oh, what are you gonna do? And of course, David has Tyson has, I'm sorry I got on this really big long tangent about my kids, but I'm up to 30 minutes. Of course he has scars, of course, from things that happened to him in prison, and um God, what a go-getter. He's always getting great job offers, you know. The women love him too much. He loves them too much. Well, I just want you to love yourself, baby boy. It all starts here, right? Even when he was like 13 and 14, older women would flirt with him when I'd take him into appointments, and I would get like, I was very protective. We miss things. I'm thinking of the times when I didn't. Yeah. Anyways, I think that's it about the kids. Okay. Is there anything else I want to? Okay, so this whole thing about mindful. I'm gonna mindful journaling, mindful living, cognitive distortions. Those are my next two areas that I'll be covering. Trying to come up with another song. You know, I'm singing the songs that I like. Okay. The song that I sang, with, of course, "Nice to Be With You." That's kind of Roy's and my trade, trade, trademark. I told you, I could go back to tutoring. I'm losing my language skills. Oh God. Well, the big speaking of which, the dementia test I failed was, how they ask you all these things first, and they say, "Oh, we're going to talk to you later." I might have mentioned this already. Anyways, I forget. Anyways, I mean, her and I were talking about everything. Then she comes back and asks me, "What are those things that I mentioned in the beginning?" I'm like, "Crap, I don't know. Give me a break." I'm 65. She's kind of like, "Oh," she wrote a note down. Anyways, I love her. I love all my doctors and PAs. They're great here. This is the other thing, y'all. We've got really good care here in Cookville. That's what kind of don't really, I hope the kids understand at this age, you know. And Kathy and Bob are in the same age range. It's just really, it's really kind of cool that too. Two homes, Florida and here, and probably New York. And Roy would say Wyoming is his third home. Yeah, I can't wait to go back to New York too and see all my buddies and show him all the places and that. Gosh, Mary, where are we at next? So I told you we're gonna. Oh, talking about the songs. So uh, Roy Johnson, I dedicated a song to him when we were in Cuba. I can't remember the name of it, but I heard it on the radio. I'll share that another time. It's the one that Lionel Richie sings with Diana Ross, something about forever or something. My first love. I don't know. Of course, Ray was my first love, but life is at the time. He's my second love. Roy's my third love. You know, I really think, honestly, there's only three men I've loved in my lifetime. There's nobody else, just these three. Okay. And Debbie Anderson Kaiser goes, "This is your best husband," or something to that effect. She said that like a year or so after we got married. You know, communication, it's everything. Everything. Of course, we get upset with each other. Of course, we argue. We get irritated, annoyed. No, but we know each other. We know how far to go and how not to go. We don't. We never try to hurt each other's feelings. So if you're going to do any of that, don't go below the belt. Do not go below the belt. Those hurtful things sometimes are hard to retract, and we don't do that. I don't do that with anybody in my life at all. Certainly don't now. If I did before, I'm sure I did, before I was healed, you know, mostly out of frustration and reactive behavior. But, anyways, that's about it. Did I tell you? Yeah, we're going to go with Toby and look at cars. And tomorrow, going out to Kathy's. Roy's going to try to put faucets into a couple of her sinks. Next Sunday, we go away to the cabin with Kathy and Bob. I'm very worried about Beanie though. She can't leave Royal. I mean, she can't even. She can't stand to be away from him. He's out of her sight. That's our new rescue. Oh God, she loves him. What's not to love, but it ain't right, y'all. Every pet we get. Kathy goes, "Be the one to walk, feed her." I'm doing all of that. It's like being a mommy, right? I mean, I'm sure it's right, Kathy, but like, you know what? He gave her a veggie burger that like first day. I think that has something to do with it. And I think the other thing is when we took her into the vet, she looked right at him and he was comforting her. You know, she just had eyes for him. I think Ringo's kind of like even Steven with us now. It used to be mostly just him. Sinbad is definitely prefers him, but then I'm second, you know. He loves me too. He loves Toby. I think, and he loves Aaliyah. And he kind of loves Olivia too, I think. I think those are the people in his life that he loves. Ringo, definitely love bug. Oh my God. You say her name, he goes looking. That's all he knows is love bug. To that Aaliyah is love bug to him. He's so soulful. God, what a great dog. Mm-mm-mm. Oh well, I won't take up any more of your time. Oh, I meant I was gonna say a song like that's Roy's song. Ray and my song was what just came to me. He used to call me Honey Baby Chicky Poo. Just came to me, and he always closed everything. Love always. It's funny how things you forget things, and you're like, I don't know, it just comes like that. They say when you get old, you think way back and remember that memory from way back. Oh. No, but so that was ours. Oh, I didn't the songs. I would probably say Bread songs like Everything I Own and then Lobo. Those were the songs then, and those were the ones we identified with. Oh, you know what? He used to read Kurt Vonnegut all the time. He was woke. I didn't realize he was woke. Oh, yes, I did, probably. Um, I think that's it, y'all. More to come. Namaste. 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 Do your stretching. Do what you can do. Bye. I got to be able to turn the computer off so you don't have to keep looking at me.